And hello everyone, here we are for the episode number 86 of Honkai Star Rail. So, for this one, we are gonna keep going with the story, because, well, that's how it is.
So that's how it is.
Exactly.
I imagined we'd gather the remaining details here.
So that's how it is.
To borrow Gallagher's catchphrase, what an unpredictable twist of fate.
Himeko, here they are.
Ah, perfect timing. Now that everyone's here, I'd like to introduce everyone to Micah, who's partly in charge of the Land of the Exiles.
Micah.
Micah, these are my companions.
It's a pleasure to meet the Nameless.
You know us?
I've been keeping an eye on you since the day you arrived in Penacony. We would have met under more appropriate circumstances if Dreamflux Reef hadn't been isolated from the 12 Dreamscapes. Please, allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Micah, the Gravekeeper of Dreamflux Reef.
Gravekeeper?
Why do you need a Gravekeeper in a place that no one dies?
Reef is pretty liberating. Everyone here mostly keeps to themselves, without meddling in others' affairs. My daily task involves cleaning a few tombstones.
From people
You're
that cannot
too
die?
modest, Micah. When lost dream chasers stumble upon this place, you're the one who takes care of them, guiding them back to the sweet dream, or showing them how to survive the wild dream chaos.
So, guardian of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Were you talking to me, Mr. Yang?
On that note, Mr. Mika, which tombstones are you referring to? We didn't come across any graveyard when we arrived.
They're actually just symbolic stones. But since you're curious, Mr. Yang, I'll take you there. I have a feeling you might find something of interest there. But before that, you have an important guest joining you.
Mm-hmm.
An important guest? Who could it be?
This way, please. The roads here in Dreamflux Reef are a bit run down, so watch your step.
I remember when this
Ah, god damn it. Getting lost again. New map, okay? Ah,
She
finally.
is.
Everyone sang so wonderfully. It's not often that I tried this music style, but I've gained some valuable insights from it.
Oh, I can't thank you enough, Robin. Well, these kids have made incredible progress in only a few days.
It
Days.
was nothing, Grace. I merely taught them how to sing. It was you who brought hope into their lives. Life must be quite difficult for them in reality, I imagine.
That's right.
Whenever it's time to say goodbye to these kids, they're reluctant to leave. But I've explored every corner of Dreamflux Reef, talked to everyone I met, and they all told me the same thing. This shattered dream is not worth clinging to.
Hmm.
It seems you truly are a child of the Harmony. Emma and Andy are orphans I took under my wing. Carol there with her
Orphans?
blind eyes used to
In
work at the
Dreamscape?
nutrition center in the outer ring of Penacony. And as for Gary, he's been living with autism since he was a child. Not old enough to enter the sweet dream managed by the family. If we compare people to birds, these kids are like fledglings with impaired wings. But in this dream, well, they can fly freely.
Okay, that's a
Even if they
reason
stumble
why.
along the way, maybe
IRL problems
those
that
ladies
are
who
not effective on dreams.
without this
Because you
dream,
only need your
I
mind.
couldn't even walk toward them.
But in this case, one of them has
I'm glad
autism.
that you found a new
Does
way
it
to
affect the way that he
Penacony.
sees the dreams?
Just
Don't worry, Robin. Dreams have their significance, but they aren't everything. Both the children and I understand this. No matter how long we fly through this dream, we will one day return to reality. But you know what? Emma and Gary aren't plagued by their insecurities anymore. No.
At least for
and
now.
Carol is learning how to cope with her blindness. And Andy is livelier than ever. Well, even I've become more optimistic.
That's actually a good question. Blindness. If, let's say, Carol, you, for example. Let's say that you are blind, IRL. You come to the dreamscape. Do you still keep the blindness, or?
You see, in dreams, we learn how to live. Once we return to reality, we learn how to survive.
And should our feathers be damaged, then we share our wings with one another. There's no need to covet an illusory sky in dreams, because we have the right and the ability to fly towards a broader horizon.
It's a relief to see you safe and sound, Miss Robin.
It's nice to see you all again, Astral Express crew.
Since you're here, can we assume that
Ever since I returned to Penacony, my voice started to change, until it gradually faded away.
Okay.
At first, I thought it was a temporary ailment. Perhaps due to having been away too long. I thought maybe it just takes some time for my body to acclimate to the high concentration of Memoria and Astana. But now it seems...
Astana, I'm not
the
sure
planet goes way beyond me.
what it is.
There are elements
It's a place,
around
of
me
course,
that
but
don't align with the harmony. Losing my voice is just...
Sweet dreams.
I'm gonna skip this a bit, or else the whole episode's gonna be talking. I'm gonna try not to let this happen, so you can pause and read. I'm reading it by myself.
While I was away from Penacony, the boundaries of the 12 dreamscapes kept expanding outward. Whenever I mentioned the anomalies in my dreams, the family heads refused to talk about it. Later, I discovered the secret letters from the IPC ambassador, which further convinced me that there are hidden
Adventuring.
secrets beneath the surface of Penacony. So, following the clues in the Oak family's dossiers, I found my way here, the land of the exiles, concealed by the family under the guise of death.
Exactly.
A dream within a dream. Penacony's past.
So it's not really death in a way, it's a teleporter to the actual Penacony that is hidden from everyone.
But the harmony in this place resonates more broadly than within the sweet dream. It's regrettable. But the family has experienced betrayal. The traitor, or traitors, abandoned their original principles and, using the name of harmony, exploited people's weaknesses to turn Penacony into the planet of... This is not the strong defending the weak, but rather the strong exploiting the weak.
Okay.
A world without equality won't
But
ever be
what
favored
does
by
this
the
actually
one.
brings to the story?
Naturally,
If we don't know, who is she referring to? The Oak
has
family?
the ability to say
Could there be another force influencing the family's shift in philosophy, Miss Robin? Considering what happened with Acheron, it's difficult to conceive of another entity within the realm of the harmony capable of influencing everyone. Unless a power surpassing that of an emanator is involved.
I'd heard about what happened to the Cienjo Alliance. But as far as I'm aware, the family hasn't faced any such external interventions. Who knows? Perhaps I've just been away too long and missed something. Regardless, I cannot accept my home is moving towards the very opposite of what the harmony represents, while still claiming to uphold it. I must uncover the reason why Mikhail cut ties with the family, and who exactly it was who betrayed us all. Do you remember our arrangement, Mr. Micah? Well, here's my answer. I've decided to forgo my role, and never step foot on the Charmony Festival stage again.
Okay. Act of rebellion.
Look here, brother. A little bird.
Okay, so we're gonna get some story from them, but just before... here on my phone I'm watching Who is the Hawk Family, and it just says the Hawk Family is in charge of the management and coordination of matters within Dreamscapes. But I don't have names or faces. Leader Sunday. Ah! So she's a part of the Oak family? Members. Sunday. Miss McCoy, Ryan, Percy, Rish. I think Percy, we know the name, and Mr. McCoy. Apparently, we know it. It just says the executor. Nothing else. No pictures. No, it's from a side mission. Apparently. Anyway, we don't have that much info, but Sunday is the head on a lot.
Looks like a fledgling Charmony dove. But Charmony doves don't live here. So how did this little bird get here?
It looks weak and frail. Why don't we find something soft?
This place is too dangerous for a fledgling. Let's take it with us. We can put it on the wooden shelf in front of your window.
Okay. A bird like that must have a beautiful singing voice. But where will it live?
I'll ask the family head to build a cage for it.
A cage? But then it won't have the freedom to fly.
Let's see. What is it that has captured the attention of the two best interpreters of the Great One? To the point that they've forgotten how to enjoy their dessert. Oh, poor little thing.
I wouldn't say kind.
Doesn't look like it's doing well. Do you want to rescue it?
I do. But I don't want to lock it up in a cage.
It's gonna be hard, by the way.
Why?
Even if it's small and not fully feathered. Can't sing. It didn't come into this world just to be locked up in a cage. Birds. They should be flying free in the sky.
Okay, birds should be flying in the sky. But what does this bring to us at the moment?
And what about you, a young scholar? Do you agree with your sister?
I think she's right. But if we leave it out in the wild, it won't survive for more than a few days at best.
Can keep it in a cage temporarily?
I see. It seems our little scholar is still a bit unsure. As you probably know, charming doves can fly through the air. When they fly really high, the friction caused by the flapping of their feathers against the atmosphere creates amazing lights.
I don't think that's a kind voice, by the way.
Stars. We've seen this spectacle so many times that we think it's just something they can naturally do. But that's not the truth. Their radiant display is their ancestors were too weak to survive on the ground. So, to escape predators, they started seeking
Makes sense.
new opportunities.
Animals adapting.
After countless attempts by many generations, one of them finally figured out how to fly. It soared into the sky and never looked back at the ground again.
So, you mean birds aren't born to fly? But they find a way to do it through their determination?
No, because they have to.
Well, that's an idealistic way of putting it. So,
I think people believe birds are meant to fly because they've never seen those birds crashing to their death.
I did. Actually.
interesting perspective. So, have you decided what to do with the bird now?
For now, I'll keep it in a cage until it can take care of itself.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good call.
I want it to live, no matter what.
Well said, kids. It seems each of you has found your own answer. Your insight.
We will take good care of it. Won't we, brother?
Yeah, but Mr. Gopherwood, there's one thing I don't quite understand.
And what might that be, my son?
What if this little Charmony dove never learns to fly in the end?
Don't think about it.
I mean, if there are fledglings in this world that can never fly throughout their lives, should we let them go back to the sky? Only to see them crash to the ground and die?
I'll have to
Talking in your sleep, Birdie?
pull it out anyways.
Time to wake up.
Huh.
Huh? Need a hand?
I'm still alive?
He doesn't know about this place?
Happy about that?
Where is Robin? Tell me. Now.
I knew that was going to be the first thing you'd ask. Don't worry, your sister is here, safe and sound. She's probably walking around the streets now. If I were you, I'd be more worried about myself. After all, right in front of you is the guy who just stabbed you in the chest with a dagger.
Dagger.
If you wanted to kill me, you wouldn't give me the chance to speak. Just tell me your demands, lackey of the Watchmaker.
So, you figured out who I am, huh? No wonder you had the guts to go against the Dream Master and the Four Families. Looks like I made the right choice.
Choice?
You are aware of my plan and see through my act. Time is running out, so let's drop the charades. I'm suggesting we cooperate.
Cooperate? What makes you think I'd cooperate with you?
The fact that the famous Robin has chosen my side. Plus, some clues about a traitor and a bright future for Penacony. Any of that catch your interest?
I find it hard to believe a man who's full of deception.
Fine. You don't have to trust me. What you should trust is the sense of justice inside of you.
Show me Robin first.
All right, as you wish. Here she is.
Huh?
Ah.
What's your trick this time?
Just kidding. I mean, this lady will lead us to Robin, right?
And the crew, too. There are too many people who you owe an explanation.
That'd be great. Please follow me, Honorable Oak family head. Now, all
Okay,
the
if I would have
actors
waited just a bit.
are on the stage.
Fuck me.
This is the monument I mentioned earlier.
I
names
knew
inscribed on
it when I saw this last
Be familiar
episode.
to all of you.
Rosalina and Tiernan.
When Penacony was known as a frontier prison, it was the Trailblazers who connected it with the stars. They were the heroes who saved Astana.
Astana is
Their
the planet
names
where
deserve to be
Penacony is.
immortalized, not just on the small stone
Or is it a
tablet, but
person?
in the annals of history for all of time. However, today, the planet of festivities is nothing but
No, I think Astana was the name of the prison.
that heavy piece of history is all a distant memory. Just like that prison.
If their names are inscribed here, then that means...
According to Micah, they died long ago.
Rosalina was killed during the War of Independence. She ventured alone into the heart of the star system to investigate the flow of Memoria, but she never returned.
So in a way, there is a possibility that she's not dead, and that she's still somewhere, somehow. By the way, that's the part of the theory that I explained to you, and that I've linked a video on the description about Misha, about the grandpa being the third, actually not one of those two, if I'm not wrong, mechanic, something like that. That also helped build Penacony, the systems, the thing around the Stellaron, probably. The theory is that there is too much time in between him and Misha. And that's weird. People might age slower. That's a possibility, but there is a slight flaw on that. That maybe will have an explanation.
Tiernan was a skilled gunslinger, strong and reliable. He led the people through countless battles, but he didn't live long enough to witness the arrival of true peace. In the decade following the war, Penacony faced challenges internal and external. To protect Asdana, Tiernan took up the way of the Trailblaze and led the Lampmoth family to explore beyond the system, only to be surrounded and wiped out by the Swarm.
Though I had expected as much, the tales of these heroes truly are sorrowful.
True to the title of Trailblazer, they spent their lives venturing into the unknown. But what about this tablet? There are no names carved on it.
When Dreamflux Reef was created, its owner was still alive. However, he insisted on erecting a monument for himself, saying that it will happen someday. Here we meet again. Everyone from the Astral Express.
Robin.
Okay.
I brought Gallagher here. It's time to face the truth.
Okay.
I
Talk,
promised to
dog.
give the siblings some privacy, so let's talk about our business first. What do you say? Sounds sensible enough. Since you went through the trouble of gathering the family head, the crew, and the Stellaron hunters, I'm guessing you have something important to say, Mr. Gallagher?
So, yeah, because he started to be my main suspect on why the fuck is all of this happening with now. If no one dies, there is no murderer, but there is someone like troubling this place. And I don't even know what. what? No, like, who accuse about what? That's the problem. Because this bastard, right there in front of us, was both the suspect from the murders, but there are no murderers, so there is no suspect for murders. What now?
Oh, is it that obvious?
That we knew, by the way, that no one could die, but there was maybe a no, it's over. Patch out, story forward. Now, no, over.
The look on your face is practically screaming, I'm the one behind all this.
And you're too fucking dumb to.
You're right, Mr. Yang. It is indeed time to come clean.
She's giving him such a free game.
Siblings already know what they need to, and they've made their choice. But you, Nameless, arrived a bit late. So it's only fair that I answer your questions. Before we begin, let me reintroduce myself. I'm the founder of Dreamflux,
Yes.
the deputy of the Watchmaker, and the one who sent out that invitation.
From a side quest, I think we knew about that, or maybe even the main quest. Anyways, we still don't know about the Watchmaker's legacy, and that's a point that is still unknown to the player, at least.
As Gallagher, the history fictionologist, I humbly extend my greetings to you all.
History fictionologist? So what, everything you told us was made up?
No.
Well, don't worry. Almost everything I shared was true.
Yeah, he knows about drinks.
Well, except for the part about the family accepting me back.
I double-checked with Micah, and everything he said about the family, the Watchmaker, and Mikhail is true.
Thank you.
Which
Vera.
doesn't help.
Now let's get down to business.
Or does.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
it
you're all wondering
does,
why I
but
went
not
through
on
the
accusing
trouble of
him.
Setting up this battle for the legacy, inviting different factions, stirring up a ruckus all over Penacony. Well, it all boils down to something very familiar to all of you. The Stellaron.
There you go.
The Stellaron? But how is that possible? Penacony is a free-flowing interstellar hub. There are no signs of contamination whatsoever.
For now. But look behind Gallagher.
Totally correct. So, care to take a guess at what that
The Stellaron fuels Penacony.
should I say? I expected nothing less from the person here who is the most familiar with the Stellarons. The sweet dream doesn't come out of thin air.
Manipulating
The memory zone
is actually
creating the land of
updating, I
dreams
guess.
is like filling that wild ocean with earth to make an island. To achieve this feat, without the help of an emanator of remembrance or enigmata, the only way is to use a Stellaron. And that's not something you can achieve with a simple wish. It requires vast quantities of knowledge, time, and manpower. I'm sure you get what I'm hinting at. In Azdana, the planet of festivities itself is a Stellaron disaster.
The planet of festivities itself is a Stellaron disaster?
Mm-hmm.
It all started a long time ago, back when the Watchmaker and his crew liberated the frontier prison. They faced countless challenges as they began building Penacony from the ground up. That's when the idea of using the Stellaron came into play.
This just confirms not only theories. It's not only a theory about like using the Stellaron as basically fuel or a mechanism to make Penacony work. It's also confirmed in the game, either in the main story or in some side notes or something like that. But it is said, and theories build around this and not the other way around.
The Stellaron first entered the Azdana system during the war. The Nameless warned everyone against the folly of attempting to tamper with such a power, and most heeded their words. But there are always people in the shadows with ulterior motives. The turning
And
point
talking
came
about
after
Stellarons,
Simon's
by the
death.
way.
With two
Not
of
the
Nameless
first
gone,
crazy guy we
the
faced.
Watchmaker had to go to the front lines. It was at that moment his rival saw an opportunity. By the time a representative from the Montour Systems family arrived at the Watchmaker's call, the Stellaron had already been activated and was seeping into the primordial synesthesia dreamscape.
And I suppose the family happened to possess the knowledge to seal the Stellaron?
Not just that. They knew far more about the Stellaron than the average person. They helped Mikhail swiftly quell the civil unrest and played a part in building Penacony under the disguise of the Harmony. Those three eras were known as the Age of Dreaming. The Watchmaker, who had been left in the dark, sent out invitations across the universe, spreading the hype around the land of the dreams.
Then, how did they turn against each other?
Remember the island in the ocean metaphor? The truth is, the Stellaron was never truly sealed. It existed in a different form within the dreamscape. Think about this. What would it cost to create and maintain such a lavish dreamland? It's people's lives. The opulent dream is built upon the decay of spirits, with a toxic elixir called pleasure flowing through the dreamscape. It tempts people to indulge in the dreamscape, and gradually their minds succumb, becoming nourishment for the sweet dream. Confusion, laziness, and cowardice, weaknesses that plague humanity, were magnified and nourished by the family. Penacony became a new kind of prison, even more impenetrable than the previous one. Sadly, we realized this far too late. By then, the family had a firm grip on Penacony, swiftly quelling any opposition that arose. At my wit's end, I had to use the power of the Enigmata, and sought refuge in this chaotic realm. Over the years, I created a meme within this dream for our use. Dormancy. That's its real name. We exploited a
Sleepy.
loophole. You see, regular people
Like
can't
Misha
fall
calls it.
asleep again while they are inside the dreamscape.
Okay.
So this is the true meaning of the impossible. You sent out invitations in the Watchmaker's name to find forces capable of resolving the Stellaron disaster and draw them into Penacony to uncover the truth.
It's not just that. Above all, I wanted to see what happens when the major factions engage in a struggle for the legacy. Since this is the Watchmaker's first announcement in decades, the traitor within the family is bound to reveal themselves.
So, the legacy is just a facade.
If you want to consider the Stellaron as the legacy, I'm totally fine with that.
If that's the case, where is the Stellaron now?
They did just admit that the Stellaron is the Watchmaker's legacy. If it's the case, it just removes a lot of theories from the table and just points out at one or two.
That's a question for Mr. Wings. The Stellaron is still under the family's control.
Yeah.
As the head of the Oak family, I'm sure he holds all the answers.
Now he's wiping everything on top of Sunday, isn't he? You know what? Let's go. You, Nutface. Come on. Ah, fuck me, I talked to Robin.
Talking?
Okay, never mind.
So, will you tell us where the Stellaron is?
It is the Penacony Grand Theater itself.
Oh,
As I suspected, it's the embodiment of the family. The edifice that first materialized within the Sweet Dream. That's what turned Penacony into its current state.
As for the person who employed its power, it is in fact Mr. Gopherwood, the current Dream Master.
Well, that was easier than I thought. Did you conduct your own investigation already?
Correct. When I was trying to track down the person who murdered my sister, apart from you, Gopherwood was my second suspect.
Confronting me first turned out to be a smart move on your part.
I didn't have other options. The Dream Master has been elusive, and even the heads of the families can hardly get an audience with him. Moreover, Mr. Gopherwood has been kind to my sister and me. And I didn't want it all to end like this.
What do you mean by that?
To be honest, my brother and I are also victims of the cancer of all worlds. We grew up as orphans, and were adopted by the family when they came to help. Mr. Gopherwood recognized our potential and brought us to Penacony.
but what they mean with cancer of all worlds is about the Stellarons, the seed of the nuke that are there just waiting for the right moment and just like either blow up or cause chaos or get things out of control. Anyways, it's not bad, and it's really comparable with cancer. It's just a cell that, for example, is there, and if you don't take care of it, which it's really hard to, not impossible, but really hard to, you're gonna die from it. So that's
Can't
a good
just
expression.
stand by and watch Mr. Gopherwood become an enemy of the Harmony. I won't use my voice to support an evil cause. I won't step on that stage and sing, no matter who the traitor is, or what orders they give me. I won't let the Charmony Festival become an event that destroys Harmony itself, or the paradise in our dreams.
Indeed. For the paradise in our dreams. As the head of the Oak family, I'm responsible for ensuring Penacony's promising future. Robin and I will head into the Sweet Dream and confront the Dream Master. And if it turns out that the family has truly strayed from the Harmony, I'll fight alongside you. We'll put the Charmony Festival on hold and make sure Mr. Gopherwood pays for his blood debt.
The enemies you are about to face aren't like this old dog here, who can barely even bark. Since our interests are aligned, why don't we team up? Maybe, just maybe, we'll have a shot at success.
We have always been following in the footsteps of our nameless predecessors, and there's no reason to stop now.
Yeah.
True,
We nameless
actually.
won't back down from a challenge. Isn't that right, Mr. Trailblazer?
Mr. Trailblazer. Peace was never an option in front of the two Harmony characters in front of us. Yeah, fuck it.
Exactly.
Oh, and that
Time
works.
for the crew to save the world once more.
That doesn't make sense.
Rest assured, sitting on the sidelines isn't in our nature. Mr. Sunday, Miss Robin, I'm willing to accompany you on behalf of the Astral Express. Having a third party present should help with negotiations. And could make all the difference if things get ugly.
Thank you, Mr. Yang.
Thank you all very much.
The Charmony Festival is about to start, and time is against us.
Everyone, let's gather over here. We still need to make some preparations.
So, I just want to check something. 1. Where the fuck is the black hole? Oh, it's... there, right? No? Did I fucked up? No, it's there. Okay. Wrong way. That looks a bit like Nihility. Related thing, anyways. And now, let's go once more to the golden hour. Oh, and I can even level up the statue. Beautiful.
All this free time, why not make the...
Looks okay, but really specific, so nah. Yeah, I saw it, thank you.
Checked off the list.
That is where the Stellaron is, apparently. And when you know about it, it just makes even more sense. Ha! But wait, didn't we fought? Ah, no, it was in the park.
We still need to make some preparations.
So let's go close to Weld and finish the episode. Anyways, guys, thank you one more time for being there with me for another episode on Honkai Star Rail. We see each other for the next one. Till then, consider leaving a comment, a like on the video if you like it, or a dislike it if you didn't. But never forget about it. Stay the way you are. You're amazing. And see you guys